Well, hello and welcome to Minecraft. This is slightly different. Most series I normally start where we start from nothing, although this one I've already done a lot, as you can see. I have wings, so I can fly. This world was not built in this mod pack. This mod pack that we're playing is the Ferret business, which is on Feed the Beast. It's actually quite an interesting pack. It's got a lot of really interesting mods, some of which are different from the old pack, as you can see. There was meant to be stuff here, but it's all gone. There was a big dungeon realm here, but that's gone as well. The pack that we used before was... oh gosh, I can't even remember now. What was the pack that we were using for? Oh yeah, FTB Infinity Evolved, which was a really good pack, but it was just too memory intensive and it ended up just absolutely killing the server. It just used all the memory and it basically just couldn't be used anymore. Like, we tried to save it, but we just went for a different pack, and this one's been running for a while now, and you know, it's already got all the new mods incorporated. All the old mods are working happily with it. I mean, we now have mechanism and things like that, and I'm just going to start by giving it... Really? Really? You would do this to me? As I'm trying to do an introduction, you'd rain? Damn it. Okay, we're just gonna do that, because then I don't need to hear it. Okay, so I'll do a quick tour of the base starting from the very beginning. So over here, we have our portals. So far we have Nether, Twilight Forest, Last Millennium, Deep Dark. We did have the Dungeon Realm, which was quite an interesting place. It was basically just this endless dungeon where you'd get a key, open a door, go to the next part of the dungeon, find another key, keep going, and it was pretty cool. Although, as you can see, it's now completely gone. Which was a waste of stone bricks and chalk and nether stars, but hey, you know, that's the fun of changing over. And that used to just be a little thing made out of hive blocks, which was a joke towards a nightclub in Edinburgh, but oh well. This is something Andrew built. I have no idea what it is or what's inside. I told him if it's a weapon, I'll kill him. And yeah, he said it's not a weapon, so we're fine. This is the bridge. It's just a basic little bridge. Adam thought it would be funny to put fire all beside it, and then I got annoyed and deleted it all. So our original base was very small. Our original base was literally this little limestone path, and this bit of green here was like a wooden hut where we then had our basement, where we spent loads of resources building this huge reactor. This huge reactor is currently not running, which is really annoying because I think I've got it set up weird. Yeah, I've got it set up so that when the storage is less than 20% full, it's going to emit a signal and then stop emitting when it's 90% full or more, which is only 24.3, so it's not going to emit just now. But we'll come back to this area later, because there's another way down. This is just because I didn't finish clearing up everything. So we have all our storage chests. This is all the chests that are from previous quarries and chests that were just in the house. So we have kind of like, this was meant to just be wood, although I moved them weirdly. So we can have a mix between stone and wood, which would have been these two chests. This was our ore chest, although it's now just a bit of everything. This was from one of the quarries. This was from one of the quarries, although this is now just a mix of everything. This is just stuff that I had on me. And this is just more stuff that I had on me. And I've got all my stuff that I've got on me now. And we also have our new quest book, which I've literally done one quest. Because, I mean, and that quest was completed by accident, might I add. It was one of the ones where I opened the book and I'm like, oh, it's already completed. But hey, what can you do? This is also just more ores, which all need to be imported into the system in our main base. But before we head over to the main base, which is where I'll be doing a lot of work today, we're just going to go in the house. So the house took me forever. The house was built legit. Stone bricks using chisel and then glass and just more stone bricks. It was one of my bigger builds, I'd say. So it's not done. It's far from done. But I mean, it's pretty much empty. But yeah, I kind of tried to go for the kind of old steampunky kind of style. I even used carpenter's blocks. I thought these would light up, but they don't, which is annoying. But they still look kind of cool, they look like kind of floating crystals. We've got open blocks elevators to travel between the floors. This is where I was doing some of my Thaumcraft stuff, although Thaumcraft decided to, I don't know what it was, some of the aspects that I'd researched weren't researching, so I used the kind of cheaty Thaumonomicon, and now everything is just terrible because I keep getting warp and things keep manifesting, and it's not nice. I've not had one in a while, so I'm probably due one soon. But anyway, as we continue up the tower, we then get to the roof access, where we then have our access up to the Sky Island. So, I mean, I had to find a Darkwood Forest, which there's not one even on the map anymore. I think it was up about here somewhere. And of course, since we've now changed mod packs, it's kind of like, oh, your map's reset. Which isn't ideal, if I'm honest. It's not very good, but what can you do? We then have our access up, which again, this really just is not finished. I really need to finish it. But yeah, this is kind of like a little, this is just going to be a little viewing window. This is going to be a viewing window, and then it's just going to be access through here. So this goes up to the tower, which goes up to the main island, which I'll go there first because that's probably the best place to start. So it's a nice wee spiral staircase, which goes all the way up. And then I was experimenting with immersive engineering, because immersive engineering is one of my favourite mods. I just absolutely love it to bits. I've not done too much with it yet, which is exciting. I do have a whole farm for it down there though. So we've got the structural cables, we've got the hemp fibres, and then balloons to make it look like this, they're being held up by little balloons. And then we come up here, and then we've got our little lake, which flows down into here, which then flows down and goes into a water wheel, which I'll show you in a minute. Got some great wood trees, because a lot of this is built out of great wood. I think I had to go through about 10 great wood trees, which took a lot. We've got some dark oak saplings, which I now realise need to be planted in a 4x4 for them to grow. We've got some stock gardens. I'm trying to open the book again for some reason. Just head back down. Then through here we have the main bridge. We also have the power box that comes straight from the water wheel. So all of this power is just from the water wheel alone. Don't know what I'm going to build here. Probably a little additive area. We have the main bridge, which the main bridge took a while, because that's when I had my jetpack and not my angel wings. So the water wheel's in there. There's 2 of them currently. I could add a third. I've just not built it yet because, you know, laziness and just the amount of work that it took to get 2 up and running. I was like, maybe I don't need a third. And then we've got the windmill up here, which the cable goes to there and stops. I really need to tie that into the system, so I'll probably connect it up over there and such like, but just not got around to it yet. So that's the windmill tower. This tower just goes straight down to the ground and also into the basement, but we don't need to go there yet. We'll go into one of the main rooms first. So this part of the room is only accessible by this bit here. It's not got access to the bottom. So basically I've got a floor here which is completely empty and a floor down here which is also completely empty. Not too sure what I'm going to do with them yet, but they're built. Z-tones is another one of my... What the hell? What the hell? No. No, no, you go, you die. You die. Yeah. I have many regrets. I mean, look at the map. Let me just zoom in on the map. The map's like, lol, everything everywhere. Yeah, Z-tones is another one of my favorite mods, just because it adds so much color. Like, literally, you make one of these block types, so you'll start off with like Zeta 0, and then literally, as you have it in your inventory, you press like control mouse wheel, and then you can change it through, like, it goes from 0 to 15, and you just have this amazing array of color, and it's just fantastic for like walls and ceiling. It's absolutely epic. Okay, so we'll head back up here, and we will now traverse down the tower. So sadly the tower's too tall for just one stop, so I've kind of got this little room here, which I'm not going to do anything with, if I'm honest. So this is ground level. Nice. Where we have our farm. Just now it's only industrial hemp, but agricraft and magic seeds is part of the game, so I will be doing a lot on them because resources, yay. So I've got the agricraft sprinklers, which I think is really cool. I've also got a nice little timer here, which is set to like 10 minutes or something. Yeah, 10 minutes, which toggles it on and off. The buckets, the tank rather, is filling up slowly, which is good. Seed analyzer, which I don't use. So let's go down to the bottom of the tower, which is not lit up. So yeah, I need to light this up. Do I have any torches? No. Do I have anything in my golden bag of holding? Answer is no. Oh well. So as we continue through here, we've got our bottler, which I just use for... I used it to make the redstone energy flux ducts, because it's actually really cool to watch. You supply it with liquid, which I just put it in this tank here. Tank fills it through the back, and then you put your empty ducts here. They go through a pipe up to this conveyor belt here. They bump up through the conveyor belt and they get filled and then put into this chest here, which I have to say it's really, really cool to watch. Immersive engineering is all about multi-blocks and what you can do with them, and I just think it's impressive. This is our applied energistics chest, which, I mean, we kind of stuck to using it. We didn't really... That was Andrew's job, is to get all that set up. He set up some inscribers, and that was it. And I was like, okay, I'll just do it all. It's fine. We have our mob grinder down here, which is currently running, thankfully. Oh my god, you're nearly full. A lot of these are nearly full. This is a problem. But it's fine. These chests kept getting full up because of the Modpack changeover. We didn't get just the regular drops, we now have other drops, so they get imported straight into the applied energistics network. We have loads of essence. Oh my god, are we full already? Okay, I'm just gonna dump these into the system, because the system is good enough to deal. The system can deal with them, and that's the point. The system can cope with the workload. We're now full on bones. Like, what even? The system can just deal with all of this, because I will at some point use them. So, because if there's any backtrack of items, it just floods the system. Although I don't know what my problem is, because if the barrels do get full, those are priority 1, these are priority 0. So like, these are prioritized, but if these are full, they'll get put in here. And if these got full, they would have been put in here if I hadn't put filters on them. So these basically delete all of the armor and, you know, half-broken weapons that it gives you, because, I mean, who wants them? Nobody wants something that's half-broken. Unless it's like a second-hand phone. I mean, yeah. But even then, you don't want one that's half-broken. You want one that's, like, good condition, like, got a few scratches, or... I mean, even then, you want one that's, like, technically brand new. And we'll now go up to the phone shop. We'll now go up to the main area. Shoot at 22.8, that's fine. I just want to monitor it and make sure it's not going to go too low. So yeah, this is our kind of factory. I've got a big mining logo. This is all just stone bricks and factory blocks. And we've now got Malice's doors, which I'm sorry, Malice's doors is like my favorite. It's just so cool. Like, I can't. It's just impressive. It is just so impressive. So this is our main applied energistics room, where I've got our basic machines here. I've not built many yet because I've been trying to do a lot, and then I thought, you know, I can't just do everything off camera. Like, building all of this stuff off camera. Everything's basically done off camera. I mean, this was done recently. So we've got quite a lot in our system just now. We've got a lot of the leftover stuff because I basically just imported it all and was like, I'll deal with it later. We've got so much of this rotten bone. Green clay, blue clay. Clay? Oh my god, I can't even talk. So yeah, I've got quite a bit just now, which I'm using for crafting. I'll just leave it as a tall one. These are going to be our... I'll have this one as like kind of auto crafting or ore processing, and then this one will probably be the same. Probably just 2 ore processing towers. These are useless. I've tried them. They use too much energy and I just can't deal with them. But I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, you've got an applied energistic network, but where actually is it? Well, I've got it hidden. It's hidden in the floor, down the stairs, down through another Malice's door, into the basement, and bam! Here is our applied energistics network. This is cheaty. The only reason I've got this is because we had a quarry in the deep dark, and it was just mining things and then spewing them everywhere, and I was like, oh, why is it doing that? It's because this side there was no chunk loading, and basically I've only allowed chunk loading here because, I mean, it's not that big, but yeah, we had to spawn in a lot of elementium. I mean, a stack lasts like, pardon me, 5 hours, so I've got enough there to last like a week. So oh, we've actually got some that are full. Interesting. You're pretty much full. Now this is having to be powered from multiple sources, because before, like, we had 2 windmills and like 5 solar panels, and it just was not cutting it. So then I added this, and even that wasn't cutting it, so it's now connected to the main reactor. And I mean, that's now backing up, so that's literally only being powered from the main reactor. But, I mean, I guess that's kind of a good thing, because the main reactor is our main source of power, and I need something to use it, so yeah. And yes, I've gone again for the lovely colourfulness. Also use some chisel blocks, although they're not quite as cool. I mean, sorry, I think it's Rodax that makes chisel. I'm probably wrong there, and That's just rude if I'm wrong. But yeah, that's the base so far. It's taken a while, but that's it kind of up and running. And now that you've seen it, I can now get on with everything else.